Hi everyone, welcome back. I took a few days off, so I didn't quit making hearts. I did make them. I did something a little different. Instead of making hearts on a heart or using a, what am I trying to say? Instead of using a background of a heart, I made hearts. So these are just some little stitched hearts. This was the first time I did this stitch. I like it. I need some practice with it, but I thought it was fun. And then that was day 44. The next day, day 45, I did this. And what I did was I pulled all of my threads from the Ort tin can that I use. I don't use a jar, but these are not all of the threads. I pulled a bunch of threads. I still have a whole can left, trust me. And all I did was use gray sewing thread, and I just went around and tacked everything down. It's really soft and it's fun. I mean, I want to do more of these. So, if you want to do one with me, I'll probably do another one in the very near future. It took me forever though. It took a long time. But now I think I could do it quicker because there are, some things I would do differently. As you can see, I didn't do a very consistent pattern of stitching. So there's that. And then day 46, I did this. And this was yesterday. And all I did was I took some pre-printed fabric and I stitched over it in the colors that were already on it. So, this was a printed fabric that I bought in a fat quarter from Joann's, and I just went over it with different stitches. So that's all I did. But yes, so that's that. I guess it's only 3 days. But so today is day 47. I think I said that and then promptly forgot it. But that's okay. Today I'm going to do something a little different and weird. Don't know if it's going to turn out or not, but you don't know until you try, right? I have absolutely zero to talk about, so hopefully this will go quickly and it won't be too boring for you. We really haven't done anything special this week. Same old stuff that you usually do, some housework, although I try to avoid that like the plague. And all right, come on, it's a giant eye. Why do I have such a problem with this? And grocery shopping and lots of talking. We always have lots of discussions in this house. So today I'm going to do bows. Don't ask me why. I have no idea, but we're just going to do bows. And the bows are going to be like this. And that's all I'm going to do. I don't know why. It's just what came to me. And so that's pretty much what I'm going to do. So I hope this finds everybody else doing well. I have kept myself busy, however, not really doing anything interesting other than making the hearts. The heart from yesterday, the one with the pre-printed fabric, took me hours to do. I just wanted something that I was going to be basically just sitting and stitching. I just needed a day where I was just sitting and stitching and minding my business, doing what I wanted to do. This is not coming out the way I want it to. So this may take me a couple of times of getting it right. I have the camera a little further out. I feel like the last few videos were so close up that they were probably hurting your eyes, having me that close up. So I pretty much just sorry, I'm struggling here. not really turning out the way I want it to. So I'll just play with it until I get it the way I want it. I have the door open. Hopefully you can hear some birds. It's a slightly overcast day. It was sunny earlier. We had 3 days last week in the 80s, and then it got cold again. So it's quite cold with the door open, but I know you all like the birds in the background. So I will deal with the cold. Come on. This morning I decided to start mending the quilt that I usually have sitting on this chair. It's a quilt that I bought a long time ago, and I bought it for my daughter who didn't like it. It was not modern enough for her, let's put it that way. And so it's got to be, gosh, I'm thinking I probably bought it around 2005, 2006. When we moved to the farm. It's very country looking. I love the pastels and the fabrics in it. I think I bought it at Sears. I think I got it on sale or clearance at Sears. I'm pretty sure that's what I remember. That's saying something though, me remembering anything from that long ago anymore. But it was for the room that my daughter was going to sleep in when she came to visit us at the farm that we bought, the little farm. It was 5.5 acres, so wasn't a big fancy farm, and all we had was our horses there. We didn't have chickens or anything else. I mean, I looked into it, but chickens and sheep are a lot of work, and that's what I had looked into possibly getting. Okay, that's enough for that one. Move on to the next one, Martha. So she didn't like it, but she didn't come that often, so then we used it probably off and on for other things. I know at one point we were using it for the dogs to lay on. And then, so it got washed a lot. And I've had it ever since. And even though it's a commercially made quilt, think of the words, Martha, I just really like it. The patterns are just so pretty on it. Maybe I'll show you at the end of the video. The patterns are just really pretty on it, and I really just love the country feel of it. The fabric is soft from being washed so much. It's all cotton, but the stitching on it, like, it looks like hand stitching on parts of it. I know the squares were put together in the blocks were put together by a machine. I can tell that because that's the part that's falling apart. But there's also what really looks like hand stitching on it as well. And so, yeah, it's interesting. But I just love the colors. It's baby blue and like neutral yellow, very pale yellows and neutral colors and greens, and it's just, I love it. And so I've had it sitting on this chair since I moved the chair in here, but some of the squares are falling apart, like I said, and so I've been working on that this morning. And I started with using this very fine crochet thread, but it was too rough. It added too much roughness to it. And like I said, the fabric is really, really soft from all the washing. It's really not going through well at all. course, that's a batik, so batiks are very tightly woven cotton fabric. So it can be somewhat of a strenuous exercise getting through it with a needle occasionally. All right. So I thought this was just a weird, obscure way of using up strips of fabric. I've pulled fabrics out of this little bin at least a couple of times now to use on projects, and it's just like this bin I've thrown bits and bobs into after making a couple of the hearts. And you know, it's like, oh, I can do this with it now. And so I pulled out a couple of rectangles, and then I tore some of the other fabric into rectangles. Let's see if this works better. And yeah, why not, right? Of course, doing that with the backside showing was kind of dumb. But so I hope, I think I said I hope this finds everybody well, but it doesn't hurt to say it again. I hope if you celebrate Passover, you had a wonderful Passover day. I don't know much about Passover, but I don't know if it lasts more than one day or how that works. I hope if you celebrate Easter and you're on the other side of the world, you have had a good Easter, or you're heading into having a good Easter. And if you live on this side of the world, I hope you have a beautiful Easter if you celebrate that. We are not doing anything special for Easter, so we're just gonna hang out like every other day. And I just, since a couple of the hearts that I did were more intense lately, on the days that I wasn't doing videos, I thought doing something kind of quick and quirky would be fun today. Okay. I'm gonna go up here and go down here. So, yep, like I said, not much to talk about. I'm pretty talked out. In fact, I have a frog in my throat again because Tony and I have been talking for the last 2 hours about various options. You know, if we sold the house, what would we do? And if we didn't want to travel anymore, what would we do? And what can we pay off to help some finances, and you know, just those kind of discussions you have every now and then. Not fun, because who wants to talk about that stuff, first of all? And secondly, when I say things, Tony hears them completely different from the way that I say them. So he always has. He has his own interpretation of me speaking, which frustrates me to no end and can be quite I'm gonna get a different needle. This one is not, I feel like it's not sharp enough or something. And try this one. I think I need to replace a couple of my needles. I may have used them. You know how you're not supposed to use scissors, fabric scissors on paper? I probably used some of these for other things when I was making journals. Who knows? Or I've just had them for freaking ever. Or I may not use this with this thread. Golly gee whizzers, come on, Martha. All right. Well, this is a Watch Martha Struggle day, I guess. I don't know if that's the one I just put back. Who knows? Oi, oi, oi. Yay. So we did have, like I said, 3 days in the 80s. One day was in the upper 80s. That was too hot, too fast. Bodies did not get acclimated very well to that. So, yeah. That became a challenge. And then we went grocery shopping and got what we needed, because we knew today would be crazy busy. Everybody running around trying to get last minute Easter dinner stuff going. We'll probably, I don't know, I'll probably make some pasta or something tomorrow. I mean, I could try making a pizza, a cheeseless pizza, because we're not doing dairy. To be honest, the vegan choices for cheese are made out of some weird stuff, so, and it's not very good. So, sauce and vegetables on a pizza, on the pizza pie, wouldn't be bad. I know it sounds boring to everybody else, but I did print off a recipe for pita pockets, pita bread that you cut in half and it makes a pocket. And I was going to do that yesterday, didn't do it. I was going to do it today, didn't do it. And it uses yeast and flour, so you have to pretty much let it rise at some point for a couple of hours. Well, you mix it together and you let it rise for a couple hours. And then I guess you punch it down or whatever. And then you split it into separate balls for the size that you want to make. And then I think you let those rise for like 30 minutes. I can't remember for sure. Got it off of Pinterest, of course, and I want to give those a try. So I also want to make some flour tortillas, which are way faster to make. And I'll do that at some point, today or tomorrow. Unfortunately, we don't have anywhere to go tomorrow. Haven't been invited anywhere, so we have no plans. Oh, come on. I don't know what that sound is. I think that's a squirrel. We saw the goofiest squirrel this morning. There's a little, very scrawny Japanese maple tree out in the back. I believe that's what it is. It hasn't grown much in the years we've lived here. It was here when we moved in. And there was a squirrel hanging upside down by his back legs. And he was ripping the the smaller twigs holding leaves, he was ripping those off. I don't know why, because he would chew on it for a bit. I don't know if he's using it for a toothpick or what, but he was chewing on it for a bit, and then he spit it out. And then he went back and got another one. Oh, and he was hanging upside down the whole time. He was like trying to get these things off. Really funny watching him. We thought he was trying to get from there to the bird feeder, but he didn't even try. So I don't know. And I don't know why he was picking on the scrawny little tree with almost no leaves on it, when there's, well, the oak trees have not bloomed yet. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's because it's one of the only trees with leaves on it still. Or at this point in spring, I should say. Not still. It's the first tree in our yard to have bloomed. So maybe it's she is trying to make a nest. I don't know. But interesting little critters, those squirrels. Kind of pains in the behind because they get into everything. And they can be a nuisance at times. But they are fun to watch, I have to admit that. I don't know, this isn't going as fast as easy as I thought it was going to go. Kind of funny. You think something's going to be a simple idea and it's more complicated than you thought it was going to be. But that's life, right? Oh, this will be easy. Or not. Like I said before, I have a tendency to make everything look way harder than it should be. Ow! Hopefully that's enough to hold that down. Definitely used less stitches than I did on the previous ones. Okay. Let's see. Let's use this one. Come on. Could I do better at this? Probably. I think today is only supposed to be 51. I don't think I mentioned that. So, a bit chilly. If I do say so myself. A bit chilly. But we went for a walk. I was sitting here working on the quilt. Oh, come on, really? I swear. You guys are not getting the best of me today, I tell you. This is one of those reasons I didn't make videos the last 3 days. There just was nothing that was working out without complications. Don't stab yourself with the scissors, Martha. It's not worth it. I'm going to have to cut that off. Here's the teeniest, tiniest knot. Too tiny to get out. Now the question is, can I thread this needle and get it back to the back area of the heart? So I was sitting here working on mending the quilt. And Tony came in and said, I'm going to walk to the mailbox. The mailbox is up the hill and around the corner. He said, you don't want to go, do you? I shocked him by saying, yes, I want to go. Because at least I can say I took a walk today. I didn't do much else. Sit and stitch. Oh, isn't this fun? Okay. We're going to try and knot this off. Put the big one back. Are you serious? Goodness gravy. Christine, if you get around to watching this one, your video this morning was wonderful. I love what you did for the Easter seating stuff at your table. Just really lovely. I hope you enjoy your family. It sounds like you've really enjoyed having them there this past week. You're very lucky they could all make it to visit you like that. Makes for a very lovely Easter. Now, yes, there's a knot at the end of this. Is it strong enough to hold? Probably not. So I'm just going to make another knot. And we have to work a little harder at getting this one on. And this is looking like a hot mess. I don't know if it's going to come out. But hey, you know what? I gave it a try, right? I have tried some new things in this little venture of mine. It's a 100-day project. Okay. Wow. Birds aren't singing very loud today. They're out there. I can hear them, but they're not singing very loud. We had rain yesterday, so. And I tried to make a video. I did. Yeah. It didn't. I didn't get very far. I think I did half a minute. That was it. I was not like, nope, this is not going to work. It's a little bit small. Probably should have scrunched these bows up and sewn them together to begin with before turning on the camera, but it is what it is. I've probably been off screen this whole time, right? I apologize. I didn't mean to be. Nope, 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 don't do that. Thank you. You get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, please don't do that. Why? Why do you do that? Thank you. Yeah, it's all kind of haphazard. That's kind of how today is coming out. So it's okay. You know? We all do what we have to do to get through the day. So I've ordered something from Amazon, and I keep having this happen to me when I order things from Amazon. I don't know why. Like, it'll say it's shipped and that it's supposed to arrive. And then the day it's supposed to arrive, I get a message saying, "We're sorry, your shipment has been delayed. If you do not receive the shipment by such and such a date, you're welcome to cancel your order and we will immediately refund you." So I've done this before. It's happened a couple of times. One time I ordered this, what's it called? Baby white popcorn. And they said it was coming. And then the next thing I knew, it wasn't coming. And they said, "It'll be here in a month." Not good enough. Nope. So I canceled the order. This thing was supposed to be coming straight from Amazon. And it was just a package of 2 suction cups, right? And it said it was coming. It said it was going to be here. And then the next day they said, "Oops, it's been delayed. And if it doesn't show up by April 11th, which is Tuesday," the only reason I know that is because Tony's birthday is Monday. And I'm like, why? It was supposed to be direct ship from Amazon, and it said it shipped. It even says, it's at the facility ready to be delivered, but they're not going to deliver it. I know Tuesday's going to come and it's not going to be here. I could go in right now and cancel it and reorder, from a different, there's a few different shops that supposedly sell these same things. We can drive to IKEA, which is an hour up the road, so you have to take into consideration the gas that we would spend and the fact that we have to get on the interstate to do it. But anyway, and they have them for $5. I don't think they're much more than that on Amazon, but it's the whole principle of the matter. Why is my stuff not getting delivered? Why? Why are you doing this to me, you people? It's just, and I pay for, I don't know if I want that there or if I think I need a smaller one like that over here. I think I'm just going to put that right there. Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. And I pay for Prime. So if it's a next day delivery, I ought to get the stupid delivery, right? I'm just so over it. I mean, nothing is the same as it used to be. It's like everything's getting harder and harder and harder in this country. More and more difficult to do the simplest things. It's just ridiculous. So there's that frustration bebopping in and out of my life. I'm not desperate to get these things, but they are things you can't find in a store. I've never found them in any of the stores. Well, except for IKEA. And we were just at IKEA a couple weeks ago. So I think it was a couple weeks ago. I don't know. 3 weeks ago, maybe. So, but I didn't know I was going to need them for this thing that I ended up buying for the van to put in the bathroom of the van. So there's that. I still think I want one there. Yeah. We're gonna pick up the needle. So if you could move anywhere in the world, where would you move to? There's a question for you. Are you happy where you're at? Martha, seriously? I went the wrong direction. Did you see that? Oh my. The challenges today. The challenges. When I have challenging days like this, I try not to cook anything or bake, especially bake. Sometimes I have to cook. Like, I'm probably going to make rice. But baking is generally not a safe thing for me to do because, yeah, it very seldom turns out well if I try to bake. I'm having, I don't know if it's the full moon. I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Oh, then I ordered off of Amazon, I ordered CoQ10 because I take a statin because of the heart attack I had in 2007. And even though I eat totally plant-based and I'm doing all the right things, I still have high cholesterol. And I have arterial disease, which means that I was told it's hereditary. It's in my genes. And that there's no way to prevent the plaque from building up in my arteries. So higher chance of stroke and heart attack and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I've taken CoQ10 off and on, and it is helpful. I have to say, I usually feel better taking it than not, but the statins deplete the CoQ10 from your body that your body is supposed to naturally make. Well, I was taking the brand the cardiologists all recommend. I don't know if they're paid by them or what. It's not a pharmaceutical, but they say this is the best one, Qunol. So I was taking that and then realized that Qunol has it's got soy in it, and I don't eat soy by my own choices. So I stopped taking that. So I did some research and found a soy-free, gluten-free powder, and it's not it's not in a capsule. So You're not getting whatever cellulose or whatever that capsule is made out of. And you're just getting the pure, what's supposed to be pure CoQ10. Do you trust it? I don't know. What do I trust anymore? Not a whole heck of a lot. So, come on. So, I order it, right? And I'm expecting this pouch to come, you know, a large pouch. Like this is probably 12 by, I don't know, 8 by 12 or something. I expected a pouch to probably be like half this size. No, this pouch comes, it's this little thin pouch. It's about this big and it's about that wide. And I'm like, wait, what? I could have swore it said, you know, you get like, I don't know, 500 servings in this thing. How can it be this small? Well, it says you are only supposed to take a scant, 1/8 of a teaspoon. And they do include a little scoop in it. I didn't know that when it first came, but they do this little teeny tiny scoop, and you're only supposed to scarcely fill that up. So I'm like, okay. And it doesn't taste, it doesn't have a taste, it doesn't have a smell. It's got a little bit of orangey color to it, so it reminds me of like one of my favorite drinks when I was young. I didn't drink Kool-Aid. I don't know that my mother ever bought Kool-Aid, but I loved Orange Tang. Do you remember Orange Tang? Came in a jar. It was orange. It tasted, it's probably one of the worst things for you, but it tasted citrusy. It wasn't orange juice. I hated the pulp in orange juice. Back in my day, you couldn't buy pulp-free orange juice. All the orange juice had pulp. Oh, look at that. That's almost cute. But it looks like that, but there's no orange citrusy fake taste to it or anything. So, I wonder if I need another little blue one up here. What do you think? Do I need another blue one? Nah. Well, we suffered through it. We made it. Ah! That's pretty funny. So I'm taking that. I'm on day 2. It doesn't have any taste. I just mix it in a little bit of water, stir it up with a teaspoon, and it dissolves, and I drink it. So I'm trying that, but it was funny because I really expected it to be this pouch of stuff. Well, it was a pouch, but it's like teeny tiny pouch. So I bought some friction pens a while back, and I finally pulled them out because some of these are hard to write on the back. And the pencil I was using was doing okay. And it's called the friction clicker. Aim it towards, look, I have my light on. I didn't even have it shining on me the whole time. Watch the difference. Oh, look, light. So it's a friction clicker. It's the erasable pen. Here's the eraser. I'm trying to figure out the other day, what the heck? And that's not the word I used, but what the heck? How I'm twisting it, I'm clicking, this isn't clicking. I had to go to YouTube and type in friction clicker to see how to use it. I mean, I tried to punch this thing. I could not get it to work. I thought you click this in and it would, no. I had no clue. No clue. I had to look it up on how to use it. That's when you know you're getting old. I mean, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I was like, oh, if people could see me now. There's 47. Oops, see, I just tried to click it again. Click it to turn it off. So there's 47. Yeehaw. Different. Weird. It's a bunch of bows. But, you know, again, I recycled fabric, and I'm okay with it. Would that make a cute patch? I don't know. Probably wouldn't appeal to most people, but I think it's kind of cool. Will it ever be used for anything? Maybe not, but that's okay. I like it. It's pretty funky. Okay. So I'm going to if you close your eyes, I'm going to move the camera and I'm going to get the quilt. So you're going to be looking at the carpet for a minute because I think the best way to show you, well, no, I'll just grab it. Hold on. Let me move the camera up. We go. Okay. So this is the back of the quilt. It's blue. It's got this little, I love this kind of fabric. It's got this little faint design on it. I don't know if you can see it. Hold still, Martha. Quit moving it. And then the front is this blue all around the edge. It's not a binding. It's part of the quilt. It's sort of like the binding, but it's this really pretty blue and beige plaid. Then look at these colors of these fabrics. I absolutely love them. Look at the little pink roses. I don't know if this is showing. I'm going to take you out of the holder. Close your eyes for a minute. Okay. All right, that's better. I mean, look at this green here. And then this kind of pale yellowy, beigey in this green, and the flowers, and the plaid, and another green, and more blues and pinks. I just love this color combination. Sorry, you're probably going dizzy. I'm trying to straighten it out. Isn't that pretty? And it's just like a twin size quilt, and I just really love it. But I just saw where there's a tear that needs to be, well, when it was flipped over, there was one. There's one. So you see how it's coming apart here? So I'm just going through and I'm stitching those down. But if you look at this stitching here, it almost looks like it was done by hand. Like that does not look like it was done by machine. They were attached by machine, you can tell that. But this hand stitching does not look like machine stitching to me. It looks like hand stitching. And there's another one that needs to be fixed. And another. So I figured I would take advantage of the cooler days that we're having these few days. And there's some more. Another piece right there. And this one I already did. And yes, the edges, the frayed edges are sticking out. I'm okay with that. But I'm just using sewing thread. I started with a crochet thread, the white that I just used on this project, and it was too rough feeling. And this is so soft and so cozy. So I did not want that rough feeling on it. But I take this in the van. It's a very lightweight quilt. This is my other, don't look at my mess over there. That's my bed quilt that I really love. I've had that for a long time too, and I think I bought that at Sears as well. And so you can tell that I kind of like the soft country-ish look. So yeah, that's it. That's what I'm working on. Well, we've got a few cool days, and then it's supposed to get hot again. I didn't see it, but Tony said he saw 90. I don't think it's going to be 90. I hope it's not going to be 90 anytime in the next week. I thought I saw that the next couple weeks was going to be in the 60s and 70s. And that's my iPad case. Blue, purple, butterflies. Is anybody surprised? I don't think so. Let me see. Weather. How bizarre, right? Okay. It's 52 and sunny. The daily. So there's the daily. It's going to be oop, there's 89. That's probably the day he saw that said it was going to be 90. I mean, temperatures are all over the place. And we have a freeze warning out for tonight because it's supposed to go down to 33. And people have already planted things, plants, you know. But at least we got some sunny days coming up. And then, you know, then there's the cloudy and the rainy days. So interesting weather, hey? So that's it from me. And I want to let you know that I appreciate you very much being here. And I can't do all the things because I'd have to put you back in the holder. But I do love you all for joining me. And I hope you have a beautiful Easter, a lovely week, and that you're well and you stay healthy and stay safe. So I will see you the next time. Don't know when that'll be because honestly, I have zero to talk about. We haven't gone anywhere interesting. We haven't done anything interesting. So I'm not going to make a video and just ramble about nothing like I did today. It's just not worth it. But if anything exciting happens in my life, I'll come here and chat and sew with you and try. Okay? Y'all take care. Love you all and stay safe. Bye, everybody.